we're gonna do a quick, or I'm gonna do a quick movie review, if you guys will. Um, you might have heard of it. It's actually doing okay in the box office, all things considered. King of Kings.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want to hear about this. You said you went and saw it.
Yes. I took my family. We went and saw King of Kings.
Everyone, even the
Yes,
littles?
yes. And actually,
Okay.
we also ended up because it was our family night, and then a bunch of people from our homeschool group they also wanted to go, and so we're like, okay. So we were all at the movie theater together watching yeah, King of Kings.
Isn't
So
isn't Pierce Brosnan
yes,
Her or
Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate?
Yeah, yep. So I'm gonna give my honest review when it comes to the different characters. Most of them. Okay, should I start positive or negative?
Um, do you have more than one of each?
I don't know. Well, yeah,
Well, why don't we start with one negative, one positive, and then build it from there?
one
Kind of
negative,
bounce
one
back and forth.
positive. Okay, so I think the my biggest negative would be how they ended the movie with the resurrection. Okay, so this is like the partly it's the pastor in me, partly it's like the historian that I like to try
Well,
to be. Um, the the,
they
the,
ended
res,
it with what?
the like so when Jesus gets out of the grave, right?
Okay.
Spoiler: Jesus comes back to life.
On the third day, yes.
Yeah, and it's kind of like he just kind of walks out of the tomb, and that's kind of how the movie just ends, and you're like, mm, really? Because here's the thing: every time there's a Jesus movie, they never spend any time on the resurrection, and the resurrection is the most historically like prominent event in all of human history because it completely changed Western civilization, right? Like it fundamentally changed everything, and it's the crux of the Christian faith. Okay, because if the resurrection didn't happen according to the Bible, okay, if the resurrection didn't happen, then our like Christians are the most to be pitied, and our faith is completely useless. So Christmas doesn't matter as much. That's why the Bible spends like no time on Christmas. Okay, so as
Well,
Christians, if you're like Christmas is the most important thing, you're an idiot.
well, technically, December 25th isn't, chronologically actually the birth anyway, but go on.
Exactly. There's also
Yeah.
that. But then also it's like but then Christian films they always spend the time focused on the death of Jesus. And is that the crux of the Christian faith?
No, but if it
No,
bleeds,
it's
it
not.
leads.
And yeah, and I think that's kind of the thrust. So
Hmm.
that's my disappointing. So anyway, they it wouldn't have been hard for them to only add like 4 minutes. Like that's it. All they had to do was add 4 minutes to the movie, and it wouldn't have like been too much. You could have taken off one of the miracle scenes of Jesus and just done the resurrection scene instead, and it been like seriously 10 times better of a movie. I'm not even kidding. So
Maybe it'll
that's
be in the, director's cut version.
it's Angel Studios. I doubt there's going to be a director's cut, but
You would think, given it's
yeah,
Angel Studios, that they'd spend a little more time on it, though.
yeah. And then so the positive, okay. So the positive was the animation. It was actually decent animation. It wasn't that dumb Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse kind of animation. Like it was actually felt like animation. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
the characters are actually moving across the screen, not glitching across the screen. Now, like some of the characters, they seem wooden and all that kind of stuff because I mean, it's on a budget, but it's like you remember how like the background characters in Shrek, the original Shrek movie, were
Uh huh.
elevate it just a little bit above that, and that's kind of like the worst that it gets in terms of like static people that didn't seem like real and living in the world.
Well,
Um,
but it seems more organic that way.
uh, Not really. I feel like it does pull you out a little bit, but that could also just be me. Um,
Organic meaning kind of when you said woody and kind of woodsy, it gives it that,
you're just trying to go with a pun.
not necessarily, but it came out that way.
Okay. Um. Anyway, so then what was I saying? Okay, so this is another negative. The voice acting overall, most of it kind of felt mailed in. Not gonna lie, the way that Oscar Isaac delivers the lines of Jesus, I'm like, yeah. Sometimes he was okay. Other times he's like, just come on, man. Like
I
Jesus
don't
was a
know that.
human being. He wasn't a robot. What?
Yeah, I don't know that I would have selected him for that voice.
His voice, like he actually sounds okay, but he just needed to have like a little bit of umph. Mary White says Oscar Isaac was a choice. That's yeah, yeah,
If
it's
that was
true.
a kind way to say it, yeah.
That is. So then what was I gonna say? So yeah, but like Pierce Brosnan kind of felt like honestly he felt a little mailed in. Ironically, the person that didn't seem to mail it in as much was Mark Hamill. Probably because him playing King Herod made sense.
Oh, he was Herod.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
so is
haven't
that.
I haven't looked that up. Um,
Yeah.
I've seen a
Um.
clip of Pierce Brosnan, and I really appreciate Pierce Brosnan just
Oh, as a
as an
human, yeah,
actor.
yeah.
I think he's really great. He's very much older now.
He is. He
Um,
is. You know, what, he's a guy that's actually he's aged and done well. Like he's not gone like at least on the surface that we've all seen gone super crazy and weird. So there's that.
yeah.
And then the other positive would be that they did effectively communicate the overall story, right? And tried to make and actually when they were doing it, explaining what was going on, like why did Jesus die on the cross? They actually explained that, and that's the perk of having the kid as the central figure in the story because then the dad can explain. But then it got weird because like Jesus would be the dad because they were all acting out and stuff like because the mom was pretending to be characters and the dad was pretending to be characters, including Jesus, and so it kind of got weird when Jesus turned into the dad holding the cat. Like that got weird. But it was effective in communicating. So I think there's that. So that was all positive. So overall, I would probably say in terms of like historical accuracy, I'd give it like a 5. In terms of like communicating the actual message, I would give it like a 6, maybe a 7. Animation, probably give it about the same. So overall, I think I would probably give the movie like a 6.5 out of 10 if I was to rate it that way.
Huh.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
that's not very favorable.
no, but I mean, it was. I mean, again, it was watchable and it was good for the kids. But the storyteller, pastor, historian in me was like, you could have done so much better. So that's my King of Kings review. Well, I mean, if you guys have seen it, you should let us know what you think, and that way Irate can clip this and make it as an individual thing, and you have a King of Kings review. So you're welcome, Irate.
Hey there! So what you just watched was a portion of our live show that happens on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Apparently you were too lazy to be there that time, but maybe you'll be there next time. Remember, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern.